I remember one day, it was me, my mom, and my brother, and my mom. And thanks to my mom, because she really, we went through a lot growing up. But I knew that when things hit the fan, I learned from my mom that when things hit the fan and things are going wrong, who to turn to. That it was Jesus that was going to be there, right? No matter the outcome, no matter what we may go through, I always knew Jesus was the answer. Jesus was the one. I'll never forget. My mom grabbed a pot, and it was black, strong steel pots, pans. I'm sorry, pans. She and it was me, my brother, all in a circle, and she put it down. I didn't know what we were doing. I had no idea. I'm sure my brother had no idea what we were doing. And so she put it in there, and she was actually praying in the spirit. And I'll never forget. And I was on my knees, and I was just looking around, and I'll never forget. Believe it or not, I looked to my left, and I saw feet, and I was like, "What?" So then I looked up. And I couldn't see a face though, but I just saw hair, I saw a white robe, and I saw feet.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa, okay. And I was like, something told me that was Jesus. That was him. So I never said anything about it. This was it was elementary. So fifth, third, fourth, or sixth. So I never said anything about it. Fast forward, I got saved. I was like, you can tell my mom this experience. So I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I don't know if I ever told you this, but this happened, that happened. I looked to the left of me and I saw Jesus. And she was like, what? She was like, the same thing happened to me. But she was sitting like right there, and she said she looked that way and she saw. And she was like, the same thing happened to her. And I was like, no. I was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to ask my brother, did he see anything? But before I tell him my experience, I want to ask him if he's seen anything. See if he, not that he would be lying, but just to see, just to make sure. So I said, Tony, so this happened. I told him my experience. He said the same thing happened to you. He's like, I remember seeing that. But his description actually was a little bit different from mine. I can't remember exactly what his was, but his was a little bit different from my description of what I saw. Jesus. I saw feet. I saw a long robe, very long, and I saw hair was down to, it was like right here. Wow. It was down right there. But I tell that because it's not like I gave my life to God right after I started following him, or what was that experience? I definitely did not. I went through a long years, but it showed me that God, that's why when I told you God's hand had always been there. He had always had a foot in there. And I'll even say because of my mother. Wow. Because regardless of how my mom was being or acting or doing whatever, she kept Jesus there.